In 2018, CASE announced AM Atlas, our initiative to be the global resource for education advancement-related metrics, benchmarks, and analytics. As part of AM Atlas, CASE is pleased to offer its members free access to DataMiner as a member benefit. The new VSE DataMiner platform includes many comparison groups created by the CASE VSE staff that are available for you to use in your benchmarking reports. Other DataMiner users at your institution or unit may also have shared with you comparison groups that they created. As well, you can create your own personalized comparison groups that are relevant to you. For example, a group of peer or aspirant institutions, and save them for future use. Users with the permissions can also share their personal comparison groups so that other DataMiner users at their institution or unit can use them in reports. To view existing comparison groups or to create a new one, expand the Reports section of the main menu and select Comparison Groups. Before creating a new comparison group, you may first want to check to see if there is an existing group that meets your needs. You can search for keywords. You can also filter your view. You can filter to only those groups created by you, those groups shared with you by others, including other DataMiner users at your unit and the CASE VSE staff, or all comparison groups available to you. Use the page menu at the foot of the list to advance or to increase the number of items displayed per page. To create a new comparison group, click Add New Comparison Group. Give the group a title, and optionally, a description. If you have the permissions and you wish, you can share your group with other DataMiner users at your institution or unit. They will be able to view and use, but not edit your original group. Set the status of the group. If you select Inactive and you have shared the group, you will be able to use the group, but other users will not be able to see or use it while it is inactive. It will only appear to them when you change the status to active. Click Next. You can choose to make your comparison group dynamic, which means that the institutions in your group will automatically be updated as new institutions that meet your criteria become available, or as institutions that were included no longer meet your criteria. For example, if you use a specific Carnegie classification as your criteria, and an institution in your group has a change in its classification, it will automatically be removed from your comparison group. An institution whose classification now matches your selection will be added to your group. Do not make your group dynamic if you would prefer the institutions in your comparison group to remain static until you manually add or delete institutions in your group. First, we will create a dynamic group. Enter your search selections. For example, if you would like to create a comparison group including all institutions in New York State classified as baccalaureate diverse fields by Carnegie, enter the state's 2-digit U.S. postal abbreviation in the state field. Next, choose the desired classification from the Carnegie classification drop-down list. You can also choose to specify other criteria, such as the form of control. After you have made your selections, click Preview. All institutions currently matching your criteria will display. Use the page menu at the foot of the list to advance or to increase the number of items displayed per page. Click Save. The next time you create or edit a DataMiner report, your newly created comparison group will be available to use. When DataMiner institutions are updated, Your group will automatically change as the list of institutions meeting your criteria changes. Next, we will create a comparison group that is not dynamic. Leave the dynamic drop-down set to No. You can perform simple searches such as for an institution name or IPEDS number, or use criteria-based searching. When searching for an institution, the name you enter in the name field must match the VSE format exactly, including any hyphens and spaces. For this reason, we recommend using partial names to ensure your desired institution appears in the results. In this example, with the University of Texas, Dallas, when we click Search for Institutions to add, we get no results because the VSE listing is University of Texas at Dallas. If we search the word Dallas only, we get a list of results including the University of Texas at Dallas that we wanted. You can also search by criteria such as Carnegie classification, form of control, location, and more, as we did with the dynamic group. After running your search, you can add institutions to your list individually by clicking the plus or add icon. To add multiple institutions, click the gear icon in the header of the last column. You can choose to add all institutions currently displayed on the screen in the search results. This may not include all of the results if the results span more than one page, or add the total results, which adds all of the institutions in the search results. Your selections will be moved down to the selected institutions for the group. You can use the X or Remove button to delete any institutions you decide you do not want to include. Repeat searching and adding institutions as desired. When you are done, click the Save button at the lower right. The next time you create or edit a data miner report, your newly created comparison group will be available to use. To edit a comparison group you previously created, search or filter the comparison groups list to find your group, and click the Edit icon. Make any desired changes to the name, description, status, or share setting, and click Next. For non-dynamic groups, you will see the institutions included in the group under Selected Institutions. Use the X or Remove button to delete institutions from the group. Use the search fields to find additional institutions by name, by IPEDS number, or by criteria that you want to add to your group. Search for institutions to add. After adding your additional institutions, click Save. For dynamic groups, you will see the criteria that you initially selected. To view the institutions that currently meet your criteria, click Preview. Make any changes to your criteria and click Preview again. When you are finished, click Save. This concludes our review of how to create and edit comparison groups in DataMiner. View our other DataMiner instructional videos for tutorials on creating and editing reports, working with reports on the screen, and more. Contact the CASE VSE staff at vse@case.org or 917-336-4023 for assistance using DataMiner or to request a complimentary training session.